Chapter 79 of Married Thrice to Salted Fish. Gu Fujao's trusted guards did not keep the two of them waiting for long. After searching for a fortnight, they brought good news back to the capital. We followed the general's instructions and went all the way to the south. Finally, we found Shen Gongzi in a fishing village in the southern border. We then showed him the madam's token and told him that the madam wished to meet and speak with him. He agreed to meet with the madam without any hesitation. The mansion's guard took out a secret letter from his bosom. This is what Shen Gongzi asked me to give to the madam. The southern fishing border village was the place where Gu Fuzhao had asked his trusted guards to focus their search. In the original book, Shen Haoshi met his very first friend in this fishing village. He lived with simple fishermen and gradually let go of the past. After 3 years of peaceful days, he was found by the Tianji camp. In the book, in order to avoid the pursuit of Tianji camp, Shen Haoshi left the fishing village and ran away again. Shao Cheng, who by then was already the emperor, couldn't wait for his return, and unexpectedly, he left the capital to personally go and find him. By force, he dragged him back and imprisoned him in the palace. It was said that when Shao Cheng faced the blatant hatred in Shen Haoshi's eyes, he said, "You hate Zen? At least you still have Zen in your eyes. Zen would rather you hate Zen for the Zen's life than not have you by Zen's side." Ugh, this is a trope I really don't like. Like, forcing somebody to love you. Ugh. It's just Stockholm Syndrome at the end, no matter how much you sugarcoat it as a happy ending. I'm not going to. No, not at all. I don't like all these toxic male leads. Give me green flags. That's all. That's what we all deserve, okay? In the present world, Gu Fuzhao found Shen Haoshi first, while the Tianji camp was still searching in vain in the north. At first, Shao Cheng had only half believed that Shen Haoshi was in the north. But now, there was a rumor from the north that the Princess Jing Chen was a man, which strengthened his suspicion that Shen Haoshi really was there. After all, the only people in the capital who knew Jing Chen's true identity were him and Shen Haoshi. Lin Qingyu opened the letter. Only 5 words were written in it. Insects wake, the old haunt. In 3, it would be insects wake. The old haunt should be the Chanseng temple where he and Shen Haoshi had met several times. Gu Fuzhao said, "Well done, go and receive your rewards." After the guards retreated, Gu Fuzhao said pensively, "It seems that you remain to be someone of importance to Shen Haoshi." With the single invitation, he returns to the capital heedless of the danger. He is not even afraid of being caught by the Tianji camp. You have obviously been nothing but cold towards him, all harsh words and stern looks. Yet, why does he still have such a good impression of you? Lin Qingyu burned the secret letter with the candle's flame. I treated his wounds for him. You could say I saved his life. I told him the truth regarding the destruction of the heavenly prison sect. And besides, all my harsh words and stern looks were in order to make him see Shao Cheng's true face as soon as possible. I reminded him he ought not to hold himself so cheaply. Shen Haoshi is a loyal and honest person. It is only reasonable that he be friendly towards me. Gu Fuzhao was playing with the candlelight, shuttling his fingers back and forth through the flame. I still think the main reason is that you are beautiful. Were you anyone else, try to reason with Shen Haoshi and you would be lucky if he doesn't immediately take out his sword on you. At the invitation from a great beauty, one would come even at the cost of one's life. Lin Qingyu begged to differ. Shen Haoxi may be gay, but I am not the type he likes. Do you have some sort of misconception about yourself, madam? Gu Fuzhou smiled. With looks like yours, you're everyone's type. True, Lin Qingyu is everyone's type. 3 days later, as per their agreement, Lin Qingyu came to Chanseng Temple. Gu Fuzhou accompanied him. Lin Qingyu asked, do you think Shen Haoxi will agree to testify for us? Gu Fuzhou didn't even have to think about it. No. Regardless of whether or not he harbors any love for Shao Cheng, in order to protect Jing Chen, he will not reveal the truth. Lin Qingyu pondered. Then, how can we use Shen Haoxi to confirm this matter? Gu Fuzhou smiled and said, call me Lao Gong. I will help you find a way. Lin Qingyu's mood suddenly turned complicated. He had already confessed his feelings for Gu Fuzhou, and Gu Fuzhou was still thinking about going to the palace to be a eunuch. Oh my god, salted fish! You have to tell him that Lao Gong doesn't mean eunuch, it means husband. You are literally digging a deep freaking pit for yourself in this misunderstanding. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. No wonder he was only willing to kiss his forehead even after establishing their relationship. Gu Fuzhou was reluctant to take a step closer. No! Total misunderstanding. It matters not. After all, sexual passion, this kind of thing wasn't necessary for him. So long as the two of them love each other and can stay together, it was enough. Hopefully, this was all just talk on Gu Fuzhou's part and that he wasn't actually going to mutilate himself. Without any expression on his face, Lin Qingyu called. Lao Gong? Gu Fuzhou was dissatisfied and he joked. That was such a flat delivery. You need to soften your voice a little, otherwise I won't feel anything from it. Try again, you can do it. Lin Qingyu would not be persuaded. Are you going to think of something or not? Seeing the beauty's face darken, Gu Fuzhou decided to quit while he was ahead and said, once you meet Shen Haoxi, there is no need for you to force him. Just. Shen Haoxi only trusted Lin Qingyu and would not reveal himself when Gu Fuzhou was around. The two parted in the front hall and Lin Qingyu headed alone to the back of the temple. Shen Haoxi was someone who keeps his word. He might even be shadowing him right at this moment. He would appear in front of him when the time was right. Lin Qingyu, saying that he wasn't feeling well, asked a monk for a spare room to temporarily rest in. He waited in the side room for about as long as it took to burn a stick of incense when suddenly a gust of wind blew in, making the windows creak. Lin Qingyu walked to the window and closed it. Upon turning back around, there was now another person in front of him. After not seeing each other for a long time, Shen Haoxi seemed to have completely changed. His appearance hadn't changed much, save for being a lot more tanned. It was his temperament that was the biggest change. The last time Lin Qingyu met with him was when Shao Cheng was assassinated. Almost assassinated. At that time, Shen Haoxi knew the truth that Lin Qingyu wanted him to know, and was dejected and depressed. But now, his eyes are looking at it. There were no waves. The distant silence. Imperial Guard Shen, Lin Qingyu said, I trust You have been well since we last met. Shen Haoshi gave him a shallow smile. He seemed not to have smiled for a long time. The movement at the corner of his lips appeared stiff. Dr. Lin. Lin Qingye looked at the plain looking man in front of him. It would be a lie to say that he felt nothing in his heart. As Gu Fuzhou had said, Shen Haoshi had finally settled down in the southern border, but because of his invitation, he returned to the capital. This friendship was certainly not easy. The two sat opposite each other. Lin Qingyu made a cup of tea and pushed the teacup in front of Shen Haoshi. You must have had a difficult journey. Shen Haoshi stared at Lin Qingyu's jade-white slender hands. He asked softly, Dr. Lin, how did you find me in the southern border? If I told you it was a coincidence, would you believe me? Shen Haoshi hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Lin Qingyu sighed. You simply believe what others tell you. How have you managed to live until now? Shen Haoshi was a little dazed. Probably because I'm skilled. Lin Qingyu chuckled. Well, you're right in saying that. It was undoubtedly one of the reasons, but the main one was because Shen Haoshi, like Sha Cheng, was a protagonist of this world. With Lin Qingyu's smile, the simple and unadorned side room brightened. Shen Haoshi looked at him and couldn't help be reminded of Jing Chun. Their eyes looked so similar that every time he saw Lin Qingyu, he would feel a sense of closeness. He and Jing Chun had grown up together. Even when Shao Cheng between them, his desire to protect Jing Chun would not change. Shen Haoshi said, Your messenger told me that Dr. Lin has a life or death matter with which you need my help with. Could it be? Shen Haoshi paused. That person is making trouble for you again? Lin Qingyu said indifferently. Shao Cheng no longer harbors such thoughts towards me. Hearing Shao Cheng's name, Shen Haoshi's eyes darkened a little. That's good. Now, all his focus has been on finding you, Lin Qingyu said while observing Shen Haoshi's expression. Judging by his actions, it seems he won't ever give up until he finds you. It is unfortunate you were unable to finish him off. With him gone, I reckon there wouldn't be all this fuss now. Shen Haoshi was dazed. After a while, he said quietly, I'm useless. I couldn't even take revenge for the Heavenly Prison Sect. And if I give you another chance to take revenge? Shen Haoshi's pupils shrank. Dr. Lin? Lin Qingyu breached the main topic. Let me ask you, is Princess Jing Chun a man or a woman? Shen Haoshi suddenly stood up. He got up so violently that he accidentally bumped into the table, sending the teacups colliding together with a clinking sound. How did you know? I don't. I heard that there are such rumors in the north, Lin Qingyu said. Looking at your reaction, this rumor seems to be true. Shen Haoshi pursed his lips without speaking, his lips pressed tightly into a straight line. Lin Qingyu added, You are but a mere shadow god. Thinking about it, you wouldn't have had the ability to put in effect this sort of deception for Jing Chun. Undoubtedly, this was Shao Cheng's doing. Looking at the bigger picture, this is a crime, a deception of the emperor. Shen Haoshi's tone stiffened a bit. If this is what Dr. Lin has come looking for me for, then I'm sorry, but I cannot tell you. Lin Qingyu glanced at him. Is this for Shao Cheng's sake or for Jing Chun's? Me and his Shao Cheng and I have already settled our accounts when I wounded him with my sword, Shen Haoshi said, intricate and obscure. But Jingchen has nothing to do with this matter, and I cannot involve him. Settled your accounts? Lin Qingyu's eyes went fierce. Your whole family died tragically because of the Shao clan, and with a single stab of your sword, your accounts are now clear? I don't know. Shen Haoshi closed his eyes in pain. I just want to live a peaceful life now. Dr. Lin, don't force me. Shen Haoshi's refusal came as no surprise. Lin Jingyi knew that it was useless to try and persuade him. He said, if you insist that you two are even now, how can I force you? I am sorry to have troubled you into making this trip. You should go now. Shen Haoshi made as if to speak but hesitated. His hands clenched into fists and then loosened. I shall see you again. Wait. Lin Qingyi took off the golden stone serving as an ornament tied around his waist. Take this. If you wish to find me in the future, you can show this token as proof. Give me something of yours as well. Shen Haoshi took the golden stone and put it away carefully. He hesitated for a moment, then took out a purple palace sash from his bosom. Handing it to Lin Qingyu, he said solemnly, Dr. Lin, no matter what it is you wish to do, please do not hurt Jingchen. As long as his goals were achieved, Lin Qingyu cared not a bit whether others lived or died. But looking at Shen Haoshi's pleading eyes, Lin Qingyu promised him nonetheless. Do not worry, Jingchen has a husband who loves him like his own life. No harm will come to him. If you have the energy to worry, I suggest you worry about yourself. I have already caused the Tianji camp to conduct their search to the north. Take care of yourself. Shen Haoshi placed a fist against his palm in salute. Thank you, Dr. Lin. Another gust of wind blew and Shen Haoshi disappeared. Lin Qingyi returned to the main hall but did not see Gu Fuzhao, who should have been waiting here for him. He asked the monk about Gu Fuzhao's whereabouts and was told that he was at the mountain behind the temple sitting in consultation with the national teacher. Lin Qingyu remembered the last time he and Gu Fuzhao came to Chansang temple together. Gu Fuzhao had also met Shu Junyan then. Shu Junyan was often in closed-door cultivation year-round. It was difficult even for the empress to seek an audience, but Gu Fuzhao was able to see him every time. This seemed to be true for both Gu Fuzhao as well as when he was Lu Wancheng. Shu Junyan was unfathomable. He seemed to know everything, but at the same time, nothing. It made it difficult to pin him down. When Lin Qingyu went looking in the mountain, Gu Fuzhao and Shu Junyan had already finished their conversation. Shu Junyan was personally seeing Gu Fuzhao off when he saw Lin Qingyu coming. He raised his eyebrows and said, The general's wife is here. Lin Qingyu nodded lightly, polite yet distant. Greetings to the national teacher. Gu Fuzhao said, Qingyu, we should thank the national teacher. Why? Because he will be doing us a favor. The general exaggerates, Shu Junyan said with a smile. It is my honor to be of service to the general. Lin Qingyu said, Is it not enough of an honor for the national teacher to be of service to His Majesty? Shu Junyan heard Lin Qingyu's unspoken implication and said calmly, How the general and His Majesty, two different matters altogether, be lumped as one. No need to waste your time arguing with him. Gu Fuzhao was quite experienced. The national teacher is a man of enigma, and he will never answer your questions directly. All your questions will simply be in vain. Shu Junyan couldn't help laughing. The general, one who knows me best. Lin Qingyu thought for a while and said, "Be that as it may, there is still one matter I wish to consult with the national teacher. I invite the madam to speak freely." The national teacher once said that the reason for His Highness the Sixth Prince's dullness is a loss of a soul. "Madam, you have seen His Highness the Sixth Prince's medical records? Indeed, His Highness lost his soul when he was young. No medical remedy would be of any use." Shu Junyan sighed. "Only heaven knows how long His Highness will last." Lin Qingyu frowned. "What do you mean by this?" Shu Junyan said, "A soul is separated from the body. This runs counter to heavenly law. How could it possibly last?" Lin Qingyu's heart suddenly sank. He asked, "A soul separated from the body cannot last. Then what of a soul in a different body?" Gu Fuzhao looked at Lin Qingyu and said helplessly, "Qingyu." Shu Junyan smiled and said, "The humble one does not know." I think Lin Qingyu is panicking because it's something uncertain, right? It's not something like he knows. It's not something medical. So he's scared about what happens to the salted fish in General Gu's body. And it shows, like, he's scared. And we know what's coming. I'm freaking not ready for it at all. Oh my gosh. On the way back, Lin Qingyu was worried and his brows furrowed. Gu Fuzhao coaxed him for a long time, could not get him to cheer up. Back in the mansion, the servants had already prepared their evening meal, but Lin Qingyu had no appetite. "You finish eating, I will go to the study." How could Gu Fuzhao dare to eat when Lin Qingyu would not? He chased after him to the study, where he saw Lin Qingyu holding a book of which he didn't turn even a single page, even after a long time. He came over and took the medical book from his hand. Lin Qingyu stood up and stretched out his hand to take it back. "Give it back to me." Gu Fuzhao grabbed his hand and said, "Shu Junyan was talking about Shaoli, not me. Don't substitute it indiscriminately, Dr. Lin. Didn't he say that he doesn't know about this matter of soul transfers?" Lin Qingyu said slowly, "I can't not worry. Your soul is too confusing." Gu Fuzhao leaned against the table and actually began spinning the book on tip of his finger. "Then now is not the time to worry about this. We should focus on the things that are right in front of us." "That's easy for you to say." Lin Qingyu pressed down on the space between his brows. "You're not the one who's going to be left behind." Gu Fuzhao fell silent. "Do you think I don't know that thinking about this is useless?" Lin Qingyu said softly. "I just can't control it." Gu Fuzhao smiled. "Then what should we do? How about we do something to distract you?" Lin Qingyu could not muster any interest. "Like what?" "Like..." Gu Fuzhao paused and the book stopped spinning. He threw the book onto the table, bent down, and pressed his lips against Lin Qingyu's cool lips. "Oh my gosh, our first kiss is here!" Gu Fuzhao's kiss was soft and warm, but due to lack of romantic experience, it lacked method. In any case, this time Gu Fuzhao acted as he wished, and he was more than equal to the task, doing so calmly and unhurriedly. But hand against Gu Fuzhao's chest, Lin Qingye could feel his heart pounding from nervousness. Gu Fujia's heart was beating so fast, even faster than his. You sure are good at pretending, Zhang Gongzi. Thinking so, Lin Qingyu tentatively stuck out the tip of his tongue, a clumsy response born of inexperience to his kiss. Oh my gosh! Finally! The first kiss! They kissed. They finally freaking kissed. Yes!